Hey guys, I'm here today with another video. I hope you've all been really well. Today's video I'm going to be trying out some new makeup, so I'm really excited. I'm going to be trying the E.L.F. Camo Cc Cream, which has been quite popular here on YouTube, so I thought I would pick it up and do a little wear test along with trying out a few other new bits that I've got. I haven't got a full face, but I have stuff for my eyes, my lips, I've got a face palette and the CC cream, so I've got a decent amount of new things to try. So I thought I'd hop on here and try them out with you guys. So I hope that you enjoy this, and I may as well just get into it. So I'm going to start with my eyes, as I always do. So I'm first just going to prime my eyes with the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, as always. And I've got a little mirror, which is super cute. So I just pop that on, and I'm going to blend it out with, I think I'm going to use my sponge and this brush, just because I just want to do it with a quick layer of concealer. So literally just do that. And then I'm just going to add a teeny bit closer to the edge. I might not need to, but it's just what I usually do. It's because I have quite a lot of darkness there, so I like to make sure that it's completely concealed. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I didn't bring anything to set that with. So I'm going to be trying the By Terry Ombre Black Star in the shade Bronze Moon. So it's like a cream kind of eyeshadow, I believe. Yeah, cream eyeshadow. It looks like this. So it's a nice bronze colour. I've not tried it. I'm not particularly sure like what works best with it. I'm going to swipe it on, then dab it out with my finger, but I might need to blend it with this brush as well. We'll see how it goes. I haven't used anything by this brand before. I don't know if I should be drawing it on a little bit neater than this, but trial and error, I suppose. It's a pretty colour. It's got quite a lot of shimmer in it, which is nice. Oh, and it blends really easy with a finger. I think I'll put a little bit more on this eye. Super basic, but it's really quick, like a simple one colour eye look, which we all need sometimes. Just add in a little bit more just to see if it builds nicely and see if I can make it a little bit darker. That's really nice. I don't know if it's going to crease. It doesn't feel super thick, so I think that's so nice. Just for a quick basic look. Yeah, that's so pretty. I've had that for a while and I haven't used it. I got it in the Cult Beauty Advent Calendar, I believe, at Christmas, and I just haven't used it yet. And then I found it in my little makeup drawers and I was like, ooh, I need to try that, but I thought I'd save it for this video. So I've been waiting to try it, and I actually really like that. Like, that's going to look pretty. And then for mascara, I've also got something to try. So I've got the Superhero It. It's just a mini one, but I figure it's fine to try. So I haven't actually even opened it to look at the brush yet. Ooh, quite nice. It's like synthetic. I really like the look of the brush, so that's promising. I'm just going to curl my lashes off camera because I look weird when I curl them, and I'm just not ready for that yet. So I'm going to curl my lashes and then I'll pop back and put the mascara on. Okay, so I've curled my lashes and I'm going to go in with the It Cosmetics mascara. Let's see. The brush is nice. I can get quite close to the root without feeling like it's scratching, which is nice. It's separating the lashes quite nicely too. It's not really clumping them together. I don't have the best lashes in the world. They're not terrible either, but they're not something I'm like amazed by, and I don't make every mascara look like amazing. Like some people have the best eyelashes and no matter what mascara they wear, their lashes are going to look amazing. I just have ordinary lashes and they don't really hold a curl very well, which is annoying. I'm intrigued to see if this mascara is going to smudge, because as I've mentioned before, I do tend to have a lot of smudging with mascara because of my eye shape, I think. I do like the initial look of that mascara, like it's not too much, it gives me length and separation and a bit of volume, but nothing too crazy. I've been loving the KVD Vegan Beauty Mascara at the moment. It makes my lashes look quite like feathery and fluttery, doesn't smudge. I love it, but I'm really impressed by this. As you can tell, I'm like layering it up. But I do that with all my mascaras, so giving it a fair test. I'll put some on my lower lashes when I've done my base makeup, but I'll ruin it if I do it now. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. I think it's quite nice. We'll see how it holds up through the day though, because with mascara, that's the biggest test, really, especially for me. So fingers crossed we found a good one, but I don't know. So yeah, so that's the eyes, very basic. I didn't do eyeliner because I wanted to be able to see the mascara properly, and I'm not going to put lashes on because it defeats the purpose of testing a mascara out. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I do usually wear lashes, so it's a bit weird for me, but so now I'm going to move on to my base makeup, and I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Vitamin Glow Primer, which I have used like once or twice, but I haven't used it recently and I've kind of forgot my opinion on it, so it's not a first impressions, but I wanted to use this one specifically just to see what I thought about it. It's probably my least used, so I've just put a pump and dabbed it between my fingers like that. It just feels quite like refreshing. It's not pore filling, it's not got a silicone texture, it's just like a liquidy kind of primer, which is meant to give you the glow, of course, vitamin glow. Let's see what the box says. It just says, prime your skin for makeup with a daily dose of vitamin-enriched hydration. Revitalising and brightening, vitamin B, C and E for a healthy glow. Instantly hydrates, softens and nourishes for all skin types. So yeah, I could get behind that, and I feel like it's made my skin feel nice and refreshed and hydrated, which I love, like a hydrating primer. That's like my go-to version. So yeah, I think I really like that. I think I did like it last time, but I just haven't tried it enough to kind of be like, yes, I really like that. So now for the E.L.F. Camo Cc Cream. It comes in this box. I had to choose my shade online, and I went for Fair 120 with neutral beige undertones. Obviously, it's so hard online, and I haven't really used much from E.L.F., so I didn't have anything to go off. Looking at it, I don't think it's too bad, but it might be slightly too light, especially when I've got like the remnants of tan still on. But it'll be fine. So this is what it looks like. It comes in a squeezy tube with a pump, and I'm gonna put it on with this IT Cosmetics brush because I always use this, so I just want to give it a fair test. It's meant to have full coverage, which obviously for a CC cream I think is pretty good. It's got collagen, peptides and niacinamide in it, so really good ingredients. I'm really hoping I love this. I haven't tried much drugstore makeup in ages. I just never really try it anymore, but when this came out and everyone was saying how good it was, I was like, I've got to try that. So I'm just gonna pump it straight onto my face, although I'm gonna have to try and make the pump work. So this is the colour. Yeah, so it's not the greatest match. That's so thick, I literally put a tiny bit on and it's like, look at that cover. It's not a terrible colour actually. My face is just quite red. It feels so thick and creamy. I love how that's going on. I really like it so far. It's hard to know how much product to put on when you're trying something new out. Like, I might be putting too much on because it is quite thick, but I do kind of like that cake face. I need a bit more on this side. Top. Bit of my hair stuck in it. I do think it's slightly lighter than a colour I would usually go for. I don't know if it's just looking like that in the camera as opposed to on, like when I look in the mirror it doesn't. So I don't know if the camera's just washing me out a little bit as well. I feel like this was the lightest shade, which was why I was like, I might be picking the wrong shade here because it looked like it was the lightest one. But when I was watching Kathleen Light's video and she tried it out, she had the one up from this and the one up from that, I think, or kind of, I just went off her, what colours she had and what she'd said about them to choose mine, because I bought the LA Girl foundation based on her skin tone thinking that we were similar, which we're really not. This was a few years ago, and when I got it, it was too dark, so I kind of used her as a basis to know what colours to get now. I think that colour's fine, you know. And I really like the look of that. Like, it's got a nice glow to it, which I mean, I know most foundations do before you set them and stuff, but it looks like it smoothed my skin out nicely. Like, I can't see loads of texture. And it's definitely good coverage. It's covered all the redness that I had, which you saw. So I really like that. Like, first impressions, I think I really like it. Obviously, I'm going to keep it on all day and see kind of what I think later on and how it wears and stuff. But first impressions are really good. I really like it. So I'm going to do my concealer. I don't have anything new, so I'm just going to colour correct a little bit, put my concealer on, and then we will continue. So yeah, I'm just using my Becca colour corrector that I always use. To be fair, I barely need it. Like, my under eyes don't look that bad with this. It's kind of, it's covered the darkness anyway. And then my Smashbox one. I need to sharpen this. And then my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Snow. I thought about using a different concealer on camera and I was like, no, because it just won't look good and I need to give the CC Cream a fair test. I'm going to try and not put too much concealer, she says, on the whole face. Just so what I'm seeing is actually the CC Cream as opposed to a load of concealer. But it's so difficult because I'm used to being like, whoo, everywhere. I'm just going to blend that out with my sponge. My breakouts are finally starting to heal. I had a bad breakout like here, and I had one on my nose, my forehead. Like, I don't break out all that often, but yeah, it wasn't nice because it was kind of them under the skin type things, and I'm terrible for leaving them alone. I can't stop messing with it. So I probably made it worse. I don't know what caused it. I feel like I just use a lot of new stuff skincare wise, and I mix it up so much. I don't have any like consistency in my routine other than the few products that I do use like every day. And when I'm bringing in like a different moisturizer every night, I'm probably not helping my skin. In fact, I know I'm not helping my skin, but I just want to try things. Just blend that out with the end of this It Cosmetics brush. Just look at my base. It's literally like flawless. Well, it's flawless for me. And then, so I've got my concealer on. I'm just going to set it with the Too Faced Born This Way loose setting powder. I'm going to put this like where I usually put it, again, to give the E.L.F. CC Cream like a fair test. I never used to set my makeup really. Like, I'd set under my eyes and I'd just leave the rest of my face. I am actually going shopping today as well, so I'm going to have to wear this for a mask for like half an hour or something. I might have to touch it up when I'm back from shopping, but I might do that on camera. So you can see kind of how it wore under a mask for a short amount of time. I'm nervous. I don't want to ruin it. And then I'm going to just use the Born This Way pressed powder just to lightly set the rest of my face just on this like Spectrum fluffy brush. I'm not putting too much on. I'm just dipping into the powder loosely and then just to kind of make it not sticky, especially with me wearing a mask. Yeah, I don't know how it is with my pores. I don't know if you can kind of see it here. It's kind of slightly gone into my pores, which is a bit weird because that doesn't tend to happen. But it's nothing too bad. Like, it's definitely not like, oh my god, you can't use this, it's going to go into your pores. But maybe if you have like quite large pores, it might do. But I don't know, it could be something else that I've used. It could be that primer, to be fair. Like, I haven't used a pore filling primer. So I'm just going to use the mascara that I used earlier, the It's Superhero one, on my lower lashes now that I've set my under eyes. Yes, so that's mascara on my lower lashes. I feel like it looks nice, but I do feel like most mascaras kind of look very similar on your lower lashes, at least for me. But we'll see if it smudges or anything. So now I'm going to use the Too Faced Natural Face Palette, which I recently got. I'm really excited to use it because it is absolutely stunning. So I'm going to use the bronzer, blusher and highlight from this. I'm not going to contour with my Too Faced concealer like I usually do, just so we can kind of see how this performs on its own. So I'm going to use Sunny Honey here, this one, on this Morphe brush, and I'm just going to pop it where I normally would. So I'm like bronze contouring, whatever. Same thing, really. I know it isn't, but kind of do it the same way, don't you? I love that colour. The CC cream is definitely like sinking into my skin a little bit more now. I know I've not had it on long, but it's definitely like going into my skin and it's not looking quite as good. It doesn't look bad, it's still quite nice, but it doesn't look quite as good as when it first went on, even though I've only just put it on. This is blending out really nicely. I'm not putting it on with much care, but yeah, it's blended out quite easily. I'm gonna put it here. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of the Tropic Like It's Hot colour, which is another like bronzy colour, but it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, I think. That's kind of what it looks like anyway. And it is slightly more like red toned. Okay, I've definitely put a bit much on than what I would usually do. So yeah, it's definitely pigmented and I probably need to use a lighter hand because that is a bit wild for me. I'm just going to dab this beauty blender over it just to kind of hopefully calm it down a little bit. It's nice though, like the colours and the tones of that is really nice. It has definitely warmed my face up. That's really good. For blusher, there's Pink Wink and there's Pink Sand. Pink Wink is a very pink, especially for me, so I might just go with Pink Sand, which is a little bit more muted. I'm using this Wet n Wild brush. Okay. Again, pretty pigmented. It's a nice colour though. And then for highlight, I've got Starlight and Satin Sheets. I'm just going to swatch those on my hand to kind of help me decide what shades to use because it's It's kind of hard to tell in a pan sometimes what colours they're gonna reflect. So, Starlight satin sheets. I'm gonna use Starlight, which was this one. So I think it's a little bit more natural. I don't know if it'll show up as much on my face. I don't know. When I say natural, I mean the colour of it blends into my skin a bit more. Very pink on my face. It's reflecting pink. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. I'm just gonna dust it here, a little bit down my nose, just here. Yeah, so that palette is so nice and it's perfect for traveling. Like if you just want to take one palette with your blusher, your bronzer and your highlighter in there, like it's ideal, and the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm happy with that. I've wanted that for quite a while now, but I just haven't picked it up, and then I thought I'd use my Boots points on that, so I did, and I'm really glad I did. I really like it. I'm just going to quickly do my eyebrows with my Benefit Browsings palette like I always use. I'm just going to brush a little bit of this L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper through those brows, just to set them a little bit and let the hairs look a little bit more natural. And then for lips, I have this Nude Sticks Intense Matte Lip and Cheek Pencil in the shade Belle. I haven't used Nude Sticks before. I also got this in that Cult Beauty advent calendar, so I wanted to use it. This is the shade just there, so it's really pretty. I'm just going to use this. Since it's a stick, I'm not going to line the lips. I don't know, maybe I will next time, but just while I try it out, I'm just going to use just this. It's super, super creamy. Like I barely have to touch my lips and it's coming out up super pigmented. So the colour is definitely very pink, but I really like it. So that's the completed look, other than my setting spray, which I've just got the Becca Skin Love Glow Shield. So I'm just gonna spritz that on my face. Just to let them powders sink in nicely, give me a little bit more of a glow, because I love it. It's super glowy and I love it. So that's kind of the completed look. I really liked everything I tried on first impressions, so we'll see kind of how they last through the day. The CC cream is looking nice, like with everything on it, it's looking quite nice. Yeah, so if this lasts well, this is definitely going to be a winner, so we'll see. So I'll pop back in a bit and I will show you how it's looking. Maybe after I've been shopping and I've had my mask on, I'll come back, show you what it looks like, maybe kind of fix it a little bit depending, and then see what it looks like later on. See you soon. Hi, so I've just been food shopping and I was in there for about half an hour and I had my mask on, of course, so I wanted to pop back on camera to show you how it's held up under a mask. So I think it's held up relatively well, to be honest. Like I can definitely see that it's faded slightly on my nose and maybe like here, but let me turn the exposure down, the lights, so you can see a little bit better, I think that it's still looking pretty good, to be honest. So I just wanted to pop back on and show you. In terms of the mascara as well, it hasn't smudged at all, which is amazing. Usually with a lot of mascaras, when I have a mask on, I get smudging here, like the condensation kind of re-wets the mascara, if that makes sense, and gets it all here, and it hasn't smudged at all, so that's amazing. The eyeshadow kind of feels slightly sticky, so I don't know whether can you set that though? Like, I don't know. It still looks really pretty though, and I don't think it's particularly creased, so it still looks pretty. The bronzer, the blusher, and the highlight I still think looks nice. So yeah, so far so good. It's not been super long, but I have been shopping and wore a mask, so it's probably been about an hour and a half, maybe. Yeah, so I will pop back later on in the day to show you how this has wore throughout the day. Yeah, see you soon. Hi guys, I just wanted to pop on for my final check-in. I've had this on for almost 8 hours now, and I'm going to take it off because I'm going to get in the shower and stuff. So I thought I would come onto camera and show you how it's kind of stayed on through the day. To be fair, I'm quite impressed considering, you know, this is affordable. It's just a CC cream. I mean, it's more like a foundation than a CC cream for sure. I think it stayed on really well. I mean, it's not perfect. It's got a little bit of shine to it, which I personally really like. I put that like glowy spray on and stuff earlier, so I'm really impressed with it. Let me turn the lights down a little bit so you can kind of see it a little bit more. You can see it's kind of gathered a little bit around my nose, and it has faded a little bit, but I think overall it's looking really good. The lipstick I haven't touched up. I have eaten. I had jacket potato for tea, and I've been drinking tea as well. It's definitely looking dry. I would love to just put some gloss on there, but I just wanted to leave it as it was so we could see. It stayed on a little bit though. Obviously it has faded, and I would want to like reapply, but pretty good. Mascara hasn't smudged. I'm literally so happy that I've got a mascara that doesn't smudge. So now I'm like, oh, do I buy the full size of that? Which I might do once I've used up a couple other mascaras, because I do have quite a lot in my collection at the minute. But I think that's a winner for the fact it hasn't smudged. My lashes look pretty natural. They haven't really like held the curl or anything, but I'm quite happy with it. I normally put lashes on anyway, so as long as it doesn't smudge, I'm happy. The eyeshadow, I wouldn't be purchasing it. Like, I'd rather just use a single powder eyeshadow if I want that kind of look. So that's a pass. It's not terrible, but it's just a pass. The face palette I'm happy with. Obviously the highlighter has mostly faded, but I find kind of most highlighters do. But the bronzer and the blusher I can still see, particularly the bronzer. So yeah, I think this was a successful wear test. My face doesn't feel oily or anything, even though it kind of looks a little bit shiny. It doesn't like feel oily. It feels a little bit dry, like around these edges where I get like drier, but I'm really impressed. I think the colour has matched me. It didn't oxidise or anything. I'm really glad I picked this colour. Yeah, I'm really pleased, and I'll definitely keep trying this out, see how I feel about it on other days. But yeah, overall I'm really pleased, and I do recommend this CC cream if you're looking for something that's good coverage, lasts pretty well, and isn't super expensive. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my wear test today and me trying out some new makeup. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to like my video and subscribe. Thank you, bye.